team like Kyrie and KD, or the Lake Show with King James and AD. Wish I could match him up with the bad boys from the 80s, but no black and white, I need that in HD. HenDawgz.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy HenDawgz, and we back to it. You know how we do it. How Isiah Thomas changed his mind on Michael Jordan over the years. I don't know if he changed his mind negatively or positively, but that's the whole point of reacting to this video. But before we do, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and like this video if you like this video. And go ahead and write something in the comments. Let me know how y'all felt about the whole Isiah Thomas and Michael Jordan beef. Did y'all even feel like it was really beef or just like a rival? Because there's a difference between being rivals and having beef with somebody. And those are two completely different things to me. So let me know how y'all think the Isiah Thomas and Michael Jordan thing was. But let's get into it. I don't even really want to do too much talking. I want to see how Isiah Thomas was changing his mind. So how Isiah Thomas changed his mind on Michael Jordan over the years. Let's get it! Sips coffee. It's morning right now where I'm at, so I got my coffee. So what y'all got? I got a coffee, a drink.
Good day, everyone. Welcome back to the show. I'm Sean David. Let's talk some old school basketball. Isiah Thomas is one of the most iconic players of the 1980s and definitely one of the best point guards who ever played in the NBA. But I can't help it, whenever I think of Isiah Thomas, I also have to think about his comments over the years about Michael Jordan and his really strange relationship. So in this video, we're going to take a look about how Isiah Thomas is one of the most iconic players of the 1980s and definitely one of the best point guards who ever played in the NBA. But I can't help it, whenever I think of Isiah Thomas, I also have to think about his comments over the years about Michael Jordan and his really strange relationship. So in this video, we're going to take a look about how Isiah Thomas changes his mind and goes back and forth about Michael Jordan.
But what I feel about it, man, before he actually get into it, and I could be off on the whole way this video is going, but what I think it was going to be about is Isiah Thomas wasn't backing down from Jordan. He wasn't about to show this man all this respect while they were battling against each other year in, year out. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. You can say what's up to him, how you doing, he's a great player, and leave it at that. Like, you don't got to be out there like, he's the greatest player we've ever seen. I've never played against a player like this. Like, no, you don't do that. And I think because Isiah wasn't doing that, people got to kind of calling him a hater, and Jordan didn't really, wasn't really a big fan of him, but he just had that I don't even want to say small man syndrome, but he kind of did. He kind of had to have that. If you're going against Michael Jordan every single year and just your team against his team, so Isiah gonna try to do whatever he can. He gonna have to get that edge, that bad boys mentality. And it's like, hey, man, I don't care about Michael Jordan. Like, it's about my team. It's about my team. I don't care about nothing else. And I think the media kind of took that the wrong way. But let me know what y'all think about that.
Before we start with this video, if you like this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also click on the notifications button so you always get notified once I upload a new video. If you want to get exclusive videos and even more material, please check out my Patreon account. And I would say, without any more blah blah, let's get right into today's episode.
Any more blah blah? NBA Time Machine. Shout out to the Time Machine.
Well, I want to start this video off by saying how Isiah Thomas and Michael Jordan's relationship started and how the legend goes. So let's have a look. Isiah Thomas was born and raised in Chicago and actually was a street ball legend back in the days. And even though he was playing college ball in Indiana, he was always hoping that he could play for his hometown once he gets to the NBA. And even in his first seasons when Isiah Thomas was playing for the Detroit Pistons, still when he played in Chicago, the fans cheered him and were really happy to see their lost son. But apparently everything changed a little bit when Michael Jordan came and played for the Chicago Bulls. Suddenly Chicago didn't care too much about Isiah Thomas. And this...
I forgot about that. So yeah, I mean, I get it, man. Just imagine you right there that's watching, wherever you from, your hometown. Just imagine y'all got an NBA team. For anybody that's in a small town that don't got one, just picture your hometown. You got a pretty big NBA team. And that's the team obviously you want to go play for. You know, you want to go be cheered by your hometown. And the first 3 years you in the league, you know, you're really good. You don't play for your team, but every time you go back and play for them, they cheering you on like, go, 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 go. And then out of nowhere, they draft one of the best phenoms ever. And you no longer get those cheers. They all of a sudden forget about you, but it's still your hometown. So I can see Isiah being a little funny towards Jordan because of that. Like, I don't know, I'm sure he never came out and said that, but he's not wrong. I can see him being a little upset with that, but let me know what y'all think.
Really didn't sit well with him.
I bet.
Legend has it that when Michael Jordan had his first All-Star game in 1985, that Isiah Thomas organized the freeze-out, which meant that Isiah talked to his teammates not to pass the ball to Michael Jordan.
Was it in Chicago?
The thing is, I watched that game over and over again, and to be honest, I actually could see nothing suspicious, but hey, that's how the legend goes.
That's how the legend goes. I thought you know it was a lie, but it just sounds entertaining to say it. That's just how the legend goes.
Bird trapped in the corner. Knocked away. Moses. Jordan chips it in. What a play.
Shit, if ain't nobody gonna pass it to him, you can still get rebounds.
9-8, the East is leading.
Kareem.
Kareem is double teamed. Trying to get it
So
inside.
congested in there.
Kareem.
Kareem.
Isiah Thomas with Irving on the wing. Jordan filling the lane. Blocked, and they call the foul.
The funny thing is, if you take a look at Isiah Thomas' interviews in the mid-'80s and late '80s, he always said positive things about Michael Jordan, even saying that he's a great player and all this kind of things. So let's have a look.
In terms of his quickness, his strength, his jumping ability, his touch, and also his knowledge and understanding for the game. He by far, is the best I've ever seen. And Irvin's my boy.
Mm-hmm. Damn, he said that.
Air.
He said that he's the greatest he ever seen. So I don't know. Where did people say Isiah Thomas was hating at?
Yeah. It's so nuts. Yeah. He real sweet. Yeah. I mean, the dude, you see what he be doing?
Yeah. You see what he be doing?
And it ain't like we in high school.
They're like, we pros too. What you guys say about that, Jordan?
Nice guy, but one of the great ball players in the NBA saying those wonderful things about you.
I think there's something you have to be proud about it. If you have the respect of your peers, it goes a long way, far greater than any championship that you may win.
Especially after the Dream Team incident, where many people believe that Michael Jordan was the reason why Isiah Thomas wasn't nominated for the Dream Team.
Before he gets into the Dream Team, do y'all agree with that? He said having the respect of your peers is more important than any championship you may win. Is that true? Like, would you rather be Charles Barkley and not have any championships, but everybody is, well respected of you? Like, everybody talks highly of you. He was a great player. He did this, he did that. Or would you rather be a guy that just won a championship and nobody talks about him? Everybody's like, yeah, hey, he ain't even play for real. He wasn't even that good. But you still got that ring. Let me know which one y'all would rather have. I guess, I don't know. I guess once I talk about it, actually, it's a little closer than I thought. You want that
I believe
respect.
that they really hated each other. And, yeah, Isiah Thomas would never ever say anything nice about Michael Jordan again. At least that is what people believed.
I was excited. I was very happy. It was an electricity and feel to it. I was in a hotel room in Memphis, and I couldn't leave from in front of the television. I had a 1 o'clock flight. The game was coming on at noon, and I couldn't leave from in front of the television. I ended up missing my flight because I just couldn't leave the television. I wanted to sit down there and get my full of joy.
That's funny.
At the NBA Finals, when the Chicago Bulls were playing against the Utah Jazz, Isiah Thomas was commenting the game, and he was actually saying some really interesting stuff.
With the rebound. Takes Hornacek off his feet, and then switches it home.
The fundamentals, the simple fundamentals, the pump fake, wait till he flags by you, goes up and sticks the shot with perfect form. Jordan had all the moves, Everybody concentrates on his great moves, but look at the simple things. Just a little easy pump fake, lines it up, gets himself square, and goes up in perfect form. That's what makes him a great player. It's not the flashy things, it's the little simple things that he does.
Fundamentals.
Fundamental base,
He just said what I said. But yeah, that's what they say. They said Michael Jordan, like, of course he had the great highlight dunks and everything, but he was just so fundamentally sound. Like, if you gave him one little creep or, one little mistake on defense, he was exploiting it. And, all the time it wouldn't have to be a crazy, crazy dramatic play. It would just be the simple ball fake here, pump fake here. Like, he was just very fundamentally sound. And I agree.
Combined with his skill base.
Combined with everything else.
Greatest player to ever play.
And you say that without
hesitation. Without hesitation. You weren't always.
Oh, let's hear that again.
Combined with his skill base that makes him the greatest player to ever play. And you say that without hesitation. Without hesitation. You weren't always convinced. There was a point maybe midway through his career where you wouldn't have given him that honor, but eventually he was over, right? Well, when you're playing against him,
right.
You know you're not going to say that because you got to come out and compete against him. But now sitting over here in the mic and being out of the game for 3 or 4 years and watching what he's done over the last couple of years, without question, this guy's the greatest that I've ever seen play.
Even a couple of years ago, Isiah Thomas was still saying that Michael Jordan was the best player who ever played in the NBA. And it's kind of funny, even in shows like NBA Open Court or First Take and those kind of things, he always backed Michael Jordan up and said, hey, that guy is definitely the best.
Did you want him on the team?
Well, I can't speak for Michael, but no, I did not want him on the team.
Okay, I don't mind Michael Jordan saying, I didn't want Isiah to be on the dream team.
Are you feeling better?
But why Scotty?
That it's come out, Isiah.
Well, Ernie, it's been a while. It's been on my mind, for about, 25 years.
Does it feel like a weight is being lifted off of you?
Well, yeah, because I finally get to talk about it and just, the whole dream team experience. And again, I got no problems with, the greatest player to ever play say he don't want to play with me, or the greatest player to ever play.
And now we get to the very interesting parts.
But why didn't Scotty want to play with him? I thought it was just a little beef between Jordan and Isiah. But it might have just been the Pistons against the Bulls. Or maybe Scotty just, taking up for his boy. He's like, hey, if Jordan don't want him, I don't want him. I'm not going to speak for Jordan, but no, I didn't want him on the team.
So not too long ago, Isiah Thomas was still saying that Michael Jordan was the GOAT. But then, again, it changed. Suddenly, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was the best player of all time, or LeBron James. Very interesting.
Kareem is the pinnacle. There hasn't been a player in the history of our game that had, his grade school career. I don't think he lost a game. He lost one game in high school. He lost one game in college. Then he comes into the NBA and he wins, 6 championships, and he's the leading scorer, rebound, and everything. So that there's Kareem, and then there's a debate, in terms of Jordan and LeBron.
Make up your mind, Isiah.
Any given night, who do you like? For me, I look at the total body of work what LeBron James is as a basketball player, and if I had to pick one over the other, right now I'm picking LeBron James over Michael Jordan.
What?
Because Jordan would beat you scoring, but this guy beats you at everything. He rebounds, he assists, he gets everybody involved, and he's bigger, he's faster, he's stronger, and right now, he's doing his thing.
In my lifetime, I've been fortunate enough to,
Before you talk about what everybody talk about next, y'all write in the comments right now, is Isiah Thomas tripping? He just said LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan, man. I have never heard that. I don't know why he thinks that, but I'm going to respect his decision, and I'm going to respect anybody else's decision out there that feels that LeBron is also better. But let me know in the comments, man, who y'all think is better, Michael Jordan or LeBron James, and why? And why is Isiah Thomas right, or why is he tripping?
Play against Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but also to see him as a collegiate player in the 60s, what he stood for, what he did, and then come into the league and dominate in the 70s and the 80s. And when you look at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's body of work, there's literally 3 decades of domination in that body of work. I also had the chance to participate and observe Michael, and participate against and play against Michael Jordan, and also observe him
in the 90s as he dominated, for his 6-year run. Then I'm looking at what LeBron James has done in his body of work. And, these three players, I've been fortunate enough to witness all three of them and play against two of them. And I say this with no disrespect to Jordan. And every time I say this, I get, well, Isiah hates Jordan, doesn't like him, so forth and so on. That has nothing to do with it. And I want to,
I don't like him, but that has nothing to do with it.
I coached Jordan in his last All-Star game, and he was incredibly nice to my son. And I will never forget, and he's always been respectful to me. But what I'm witnessing and seeing in LeBron James as a complete basketball player dominating this period of time, I haven't seen anyone else do that in all league with the exception of two people, and that's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Bill Russell.
Isiah,
Let me
the
know.
only problem that I have with your opinion, and everybody's entitled to their opinion, is when you said that Jordan is the GOAT in 1996 and in 1997, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar retired for many years already, so you have seen the maximum of Kareem's career, and you have seen what Jordan did afterwards, and still you said that Jordan was the best. So how come 25 years later, it all changed? I don't get it. The only good thing is that we both agreed on this right here.
And everybody knows I love LeBron, but I'm going to call timeout on this one. Because, and I'll speak definitely to LeBron, or I'll say it to his face, but you never, there's a certain thing about greatness that
You don't have to talk about.
demands that you have humility with greatness. Now, I've never heard, even though we argue about Michael Jordan being the greatest of all time, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar being the greatest of all time, LeBron James being the greatest of all time, we have those arguments in debate. I have never heard Michael Jordan say he's the greatest of all time.
All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video.
That's true.
I had a great time, and I hope to see you next time. Peace, I'm out.
That right there is true. Now, my dad always told me, if you're great, you don't have to talk about yourself, because other people will. That was one thing that my dad told me at a young age. I was probably like 8 or 9 years old before I was even thinking about being good in basketball. But I always brought that with me. The better I got in basketball, the more humble I became. Because I was like, hey, other people gonna talk about me. I don't have to do it. If I'm good, other people gonna talk about me. And that's kind of what they were saying about LeBron. But let me know. Let me know. Do y'all got LeBron number 1 or Jordan number 1? Let me know in the comments. But I appreciate y'all for watching this video. Isiah Thomas definitely seemed a little confused how he was just changing his mind. Like, you could change your mind on the LeBron thing because in 2014, LeBron still had more time to go. But you can't really just say Jordan's the best and then all of a sudden say Kareem is the best when they both have been retired for many years. It really didn't make sense to me, but I don't know, man. Let me know how y'all felt about that video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if y'all haven't already. Go ahead and like this video. If y'all like this video, go ahead and write something in the comments, man. But I'll see y'all again next time. We out.